Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner, Albert Kevin. Albert, before we get started last week, I confused the two quarterbacks. I was talking about the receivers, talking about how good their new homes are. Whether
That's because they move around so much.
Yeah, but what happened was, the bottom line is, I had guys with the wrong quarterback. But the premise is the same. When you start saying how good the new guy is, at some point you're going to diss the old guy.
Yeah, you have to watch what you say because the egos in this league are tremendous. And you say one thing wrong, they're going to call you out on it.
And we took over basketball programs, and sometimes you're pumping up your stuff.
Right.
Next, hey, he said the old guy didn't. No,
Never said it.
Never said it.
And that's true with the players in the media. That is a fine line because you say one wrong word,
yeah, they'll
jump with it. Yeah.
Happened to me once. In all my years, and we've been in 35
Right.
years coming. As a coach, it happened to me once. I had said some things, and he pulled them out.
That's what they do.
It didn't say what I said first.
Right.
Yes, I said that, but not in that context.
You need to read the pre
Absolutely.
and the post to know what that line is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Most guys, if you know him now, you work with the same news guy 10, 15 years. You know, he pretty much knows when you're off the record and not.
Right.
But anyway, as a young coach, let me tell you, think everything's on the record, just like every red light is on, every microphone is on. We learned that from our old friend Bobby Hannon.
He said, don't say anything, but I'm telling you, that live can be on.
You don't have to worry, but I do, so I'm always careful. Now, let's say this. We've covered a lot of sports in our many, many years on Bottom Line, but
Almost
we have
all
a
of
new
them.
one today.
Almost all. That's why I said almost, because one of the things that's happening in North Bloomfield, real close to us, is rodeo. And when I saw 1,500 to 2,000 people in the stands every event, it got me thinking. I said, we got to cover this because there are local riders that are making it, but also in North Bloomfield, champions are coming in from a far away to perform also. It's a fast-moving sport. It's, our producer just said his cousin would ride the bulls. Ride, and then when he came out of it, he'd be bloodied. And
Have you ever watched the PBR?
Yes.
I watch.
No, I don't watch it every day.
No, but
I've
I
seen
swing
it.
through,
Me too.
and then some guy will get up in his bull, and I get to thinking, I hope they're paying that man a lot of money.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And the prizes are much bigger. And I like when little kids are involved. And baseball hasn't figured that out yet.
No.
But little kids are now getting excited about watching it. One of the people who drive, who are on the horses, says it's so exciting when he's signing autographs. And he said there's nothing better than seeing kids excited. So North Bloomfield, not far from here, rodeo taking place. We wanted to make sure that we told you about it on our show.
No, but I just know how tough these guys. Now you want to talk about sitting games out, injured and stuff. These baseball guys should.
Oh, jeez.
Scherzer will be out 2 weeks. He has a nail that isn't quite.
I know.
And these guys, I guarantee, they're in there with the ribs taped. I've watched it just a few minutes here and there.
It's the truth.
And anyone get on one of those bulls, you have to be crazy.
And then we have the women. Sierra Thompson, the barrel racing national champion.
Yeah.
She knows that. Listen, women can do this too, and it's important that we hit today's world. Men and women are performing at the highest level. Congratulations for that.
Absolutely.
All right, we move on now to a local young lady that we've covered, and during the softball season, Sydney Watts, named first-team selection to the 2022 Max Preps Underclass All-American softball team. This is now national.
Yeah.
And she's been a local hit with her pitching. She's one of 32 freshmen and sophomores from across the country highlighted for their results.
That's 15 strikeouts a game. They only play 7 innings.
every game.
You don't need a calculator to know most of them aren't touching the ball.
No, every game, and she's just going to get better. So congratulations to Sydney for her honors. And we want to make sure, we've been talking about the Phantoms lately. We want to make sure that we hit that two, Michael Fisher and Philip Norborg were drafted in the 2022 NHL draft, George. Norberg taken in the second round, by Ottawa.
We say the talent's down there every year.
Yes,
we
Miscellaneous,
always
well,
say
tell it
that.
to you. And Fisher taken in the 3rd round by San Jose. Congratulations to our local
Pretty impressive
group, and someday you'll be able to say, "Hey, Dad, remember we watched them
Watched
play?"
them play in the Youngsters
Yes.
when they were nobody.
Right, that's awesome.
Let's talk Major League Baseball. The season's half over now. Al, actually, numbers-wise, it's over half.
It always happens that way.
We
huh?
generally call the All-Star game half, but more often than not, it's another 8-9
Right,
games. And
right.
it's going to be again this year. Now, here's the thing. I look at this All-Star game. I remember when we were kids, they played twice during the day, and man, I'm telling you what, they wanted to win.
Yes, it was different.
It was not, this hugging and kissing that we see in the. It wasn't.
Well, the other
like-
All-Star games are just obsolete for sure.
Yeah, this is the one that's
This is the one
most
still.
like a real game. Hockey, it's kind of like ice capades.
Right.
Basketball, it's like 3 points. I'll let you shoot if you let
Yes.
me shoot. And football, they should just quit it.
No doubt. No
But
doubt.
this one's more like a real game. And of course, we know what's going to happen. You and I both know the over/under is going to be 7. It's going to end 3-2. Or you
Usually
just
the
can't
pitch and
hit
dominance.
these good guys.
Yeah, usually the pitch and dominance in the All-Star game.
And they hit. They're making their average on those other 3 guys on the 5-man staff and those crummy bullpen. They're not raising their average on Verlander and Scherzer.
No, they're not. And so we watch the All-Star game. It depends on who manages and how much they leave their regulars in. Some of them like to get every player in by the 6th inning. Others use pinch hitters. Makes a big difference. But I'll say one thing: the American League on paper has the better team. I looked at the teams. I'm thinking, jeez,
Just better.
They have better players.
Hey, how about this too? Sometimes the guys are at the airport before the game ends.
That's the truth.
Yeah. Hey,
Truth.
now the Yankees have the most All-Stars. No
And they
surprise.
should.
Yeah.
And they should.
You
They've been the
agree.
best team in
Hey,
baseball.
let me
of
ask you, I
much-
was thinking on the way over here. We have a buddy I like to rub him a little bit, But on a serious note, they're not winning in 12 years as probably a bigger example of failure than anyone other than the Cowboys when you count resources, money, etc.
Yeah, and
They should win, right?
Yeah. No, I believe that. But I will say this: the hardest sport to win
Okay.
is baseball, because all it takes is an injury to your best pitcher, or some team that's really hot. It's a crazy sport, and and there's no running out the time. There's no clock that says we're going to run this clock out.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it again. We've been here for a long time. Those last 3 outs. Don't you tell me paper protector, pocket protectors. Don't tell me those last 3 outs are the same.
And I was just going to say that, George. You let into what I was going to say, and that's the one thing they have not had.
No.
Chapman has went downhill.
He's done.
Now they came into they locked into Holmes this year, but let's see how Holmes does against Houston Astros. 2-2 in the ninth.
Bases loaded in Houston.
Altuve up, yeah.
Hey, let
Let's see how he
me
does.
say something. I was thinking about that. I'm a body language nut, as you know.
Yes.
Gino Ariema, I don't know if he got me on it or I watched him watch his bench, but I think Chapman's done.
Because
I don't
body
think
language,
yeah, I watched the other night. He was in there. Now, the second baseman dropped 2 pop flies.
Right.
You might have wanted to shoot him. But the truth of the matter is, Boone came out, he might as well have been like this. He wasn't listening, put it out. And I want to say this, and I hope I'm wrong because I know you're a Pirate fan. If they move that kid at shortstop somewhere else,
You're worried it's going to happen to you, think?
yeah. And I have no,
right.
remember, this is just the goofy.
By looking. what
Yeah,
you
by
see.
my 71 years on earth.
Yeah, I get it. Well, Chapman's pitching the 6th inning right now, so
Yeah, that's the other thing.
that's difficult for him because he's always been
Yeah.
the guy. He's always been the closer. Yeah.
Now let's talk All-Star game. There are 2 all-timers that I would have an exemption for. Miggy and Pujols.
Yeah, and that's what they're.
How
gonna
do you
that.
feel?
I feel the same way. Yeah, they're players that kids want to get their autographs, and when they're at the game, it's a good chance to get it. Yeah, I would definitely let them in.
Now, I want to talk about a theme. We've hit this theme probably harder than any theme in baseball, but I watch it every week. And see, if no one got hurt, I would say, well, I'm obviously wrong, Al, because look. But it's not. This 6 inning, 5, it's down now to under 80 pitches.
Right.
Guys are coasting. They're taking them out, but here's my problem. They're getting hurt anyway.
Yeah, and I've said it on the show before. I think that's one of the reasons why they get hurt.
You're looking at it the other way.
Yeah, and it's been proven. Buddy Morris said, "How do you build up muscles?
Throw.
By using it." And they're trying to throw 98 every pitch for 4 innings. Major league pitchers never did that. They would pace themselves, knowing they're going 8 innings. They would try to get people out with ground balls and throw less pitches. Every bat and every pitch is a strikeout now.
I saw the other day, Maddox finished the game with 73 pitches.
Yeah, he knew how to pitch.
Albert, that's not.
Yeah,
They
no,
don't do
yeah, no one knows how to pitch today. When I mean no one knows how to pitch, I mean that now because they are beasts on the mound. Big people, throw hard.
98 on the black.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's the truth. It's not coming on the block.
They don't know where it's going.
Yes.
They want to throw.
Yeah, they're
it.
throwing hard.
Oh, hard.
But it's coming down the middle.
Yeah.
And
what did Bond say? I don't care how fast.
yeah, and the hitters have bought right into it. As Ron Darling said best, who I really respect as an announcer, if the Mets staff was pitching today, we'd throw every pitch above the waist and every game be a shutout. Because every kid has the 11. They can't catch up with the high fastball.
Wait a minute. I
they can't do
found another guy that wasn't on the knob. I almost.
Did you? McNeil's the only one I know.
There's one other guy I saw at the I think it was Red Sox Yankees.
Okay.
And I said to myself, I got to take note of this.
Wow.
And I got a phone call or something. But usually they're not on the knob. They're under the knob.
Yeah, they're trying to hit a home run every
Everybody's
bat.
doing the same.
Yeah.
Now, some guys don't come out like the old timers, like Scherzer. You'd have to beat them up. But the bottom line is, I don't like this, paint with the same brush. Some guys are not easier to hit after the third. I know the stats say they are, and I imagine most guys are. He's not a regular guy.
If they were bringing in a great pitcher, I wouldn't
Well,
bother me a
that's the
bit.
other thing.
That wouldn't bother me, George.
No.
If a Stats has
Here comes
like
Mariano
Baltimore,
Rivera.
like
Okay.
Baltimore. Baltimore's a perfect example this year. The reason they're winning, they're starting pitching's 5th in the bottom. They're lousy, so they know. Just give us 3.5 innings. Because our bullpen's number 1 in the majors. So why are they winning?
Yeah.
They have figured it out. We're going to pitch our bullpen every day. Now I don't know if they can last.
Yeah, come August.
September.
I saw
but that's
Lopez
how,
was in
But that's
there
how
over the
Baltimore's
week.
winning.
Okay. Hey, and how about let's just take our hat off to them real quick. I think one game under 500 in a league that they have to play 76 times against.
No, they're having a great season.
Those four.
Yeah, two games out of the wild card. Them in Seattle, they're right there. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Seattle. I have no reason why.
Well, Seattle was there last year.
Yeah,
and now
remember
they're
we
back.
thought
They're back
I'm always
again.
a year later early. Like last year's when now this year it looks like they might.
Well, what happens is, and it always happens, I say on the show all the time, George, people judge the first 2 months and say that team's done.
Yeah,
No, baseball is a marathon.
And it looks like they caught the Blue Jays a little flat, which doesn't
Perfect
matter.
timing. That's what
Doesn't
you do,
matter.
yeah.
Hey, let's talk NBA, the summer league. I know it's summer. I know it doesn't matter, but I don't like enough either to sit and watch. Now, I saw some highlights last night. I don't watch the games, but I was doing Sports Center, and the NBA had a couple of the highlights.
Well, highlights have to be devastating because all these kids are so athletic.
Yeah,
you can pick highlight
ridiculous
tapes.
jams.
Do what you can see.
Let me say who I saw that really, I think they might have gotten. I don't know if I'll call it lucky. Weissman. They showed him.
No, he was the number 1 pick.
Albert. They showed a montage. He's down the one end, pick and roll lob. Okay, you know that.
Right.
Down the other end, he chases the guy down like LeBron and slaps it into the stand.
There's no luck to that. He was one of the top 3 picks in basketball.
Man, now he was hurt.
Yes, yeah. So they know he's coming back.
They're going to be good.
It's a super talent.
I mean, they're batting. They're good coming back.
Yep.
No, wait till he starts.
Yeah, and they got Kaminga too, another young kid.
Yeah,
they got a couple.
good.
They got a couple young kids that are really
It's
good.
good.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Now, what they looking for there, Al? Just guys that fit in. Couple bench players.
But they have to be able to fit in with and realize their role.
Egos too. In other words.
Yeah, because they know Steph's going to be taking a lot of shots, and now Poole's going to be taking a lot, and Thompson. So if you're going in and planning on taking a lot of shots, that's not the place to go.
You know, I saw the other day. LeBron's there. He's in the stands. Westbrook in the stands for the Lakers. This new coach, Ham, he says he's gonna.
They all talk good before the season starts.
Well, you can't make them mad. What if you make them mad?
They all talk good before
No,
the
you
season
can't
starts.
make them mad. Now,
Yes.
by the way, we're not conditioned to watch basketball in July.
I just talked about it before my wife coming over. I like radio stations and TV stations that are covering baseball, tennis, and golf right now. You understand? 70% of the stations, George, talk about NBA basketball, and I said I don't want to hear NBA basketball. It's not basketball
Wait a minute.
season.
How about football?
I don't want to hear about
How
it.
about NFL?
Oh no,
24/7.
football's that's way past.
You're just already giving up on
Yeah,
that.
football's 24.
I got
Yeah, that's
hey,
yeah.
Westbrook, like he said, we'll see what happens. The trouble is his salary, right? His salary's just obscene.
They don't know what to do with salaries with him and
Now,
Kyrie.
here's the interesting part. No destination for KD or Kyrie.
Don't worry, they'll land someplace.
You don't think they'll stay there?
No.
In other words, at some point,
I don't think so.
we're going to pull the ripcord.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll be strong. That's like we said about Baker. We didn't think Baker would end up at Cleveland.
We knew
we thought sooner or later he'd go
Carolina or Seattle, but we didn't know where.
Yeah.
The Nets told the Lakers, "Yeah, we'll trade you. We want LeBron and 3 ones." And, needless to say, the Lakers said no. But a lot of money this offseason. I think Lillard the other day, $122 million for 2 years. He will not need. I always kid. He's not set for life. He's set for 3 lives.
Yeah, he is. I'll give him credit. Besides the money part, which you understand, he said, I've been in Portland the whole time. I want to try to win a championship here. There aren't many guys say that anymore. They'll say, I'll win a championship anywhere. Wherever I have to go, I'll get a championship.
Yeah,
so I'll give him credit.
Have team will travel.
Yeah,
And something I noticed just by flipping through the channels, more female referees in the NBA as the Major League Baseball is switching to robots.
Going to robots, yeah.
If you saw that foul fair call the other night by Angel Hernandez.
Angel's been bad at everything he's always done. He's just the guy that's in there.
Check chalk up.
Yeah.
You can see the chalk. I mean, you didn't have to.
It's Angel. Yeah.
NCAA football. You know what? You can try to talk about it, but by the time the ink's dry on your paper, it is so fluid, it's changing. And this whole thing like trying to keep politics out of the Olympics, you can't keep money out of it. When you're talking about NCAA football, the first thing you must mention is ding, ding, ding,
that's
ding.
never changing, and it's out of the
musical
ketchup
chairs.
Bottle. It's out of the ketchup bottle big time, and it's something that I hate immensely. I just have to watch it because I do this show. That's why I watch it. It's just it's so pathetic that there's no one caring about the sport itself. It's how much money can I get? The SEC, ACC, you can put whatever letters you want in front of every one of them. They're trying to say, behind the scenes, George. Right now, as we're sitting here, somebody's talking behind, getting a plan
Now,
together.
let's talk about what you and I know from years of watching. We get back, I know your guys, Rex Kern.
Yes, love Rex Kern.
Albert, they're looking, and as we speak, they're thinking, let's add a 13th game. Let's add a 14th game. Because what's it? Dollars.
Yeah, they know. And that's whatever they do is based on money.
Now, do they have to quit this, don't miss class?
They won't, because that's what they're,
But, I mean, it's just.
People like us
it's drivel.
who follow it, no.
It's drivel.
But there's somebody out there who say, I think they're right there. They can talk to the average fan who might not know. But we know for sure it has nothing to do.
They're going to miss too much class time. That's why they don't have a tournament.
It means nothing.
Shut up.
Means zero.
Now let's talk a little bit about the ACC. I think they're the ones on the phone the most because the SEC can play Pat if they want, or they can go grab Florida State, Miami, and Clemson. The Big Ten can go grab Notre Dame, or the ACC is doing 2 things. One, they're wooing Notre Dame. You know that. And 2, I think they're making plans to grab up some of that Big 12 and be one of the 3 big leagues.
Well, they're going to try.
Is that what you
they're
think?
They're going to try. I don't think they're going to do it, though. I don't think
do
they're
it.
going to make it. I think 3 of those teams are going to SEC sooner or later.
Same 3 we always say.
I don't know
or
the
not?
same 3. But I think 3 of them are going.
Would you guess those?
Yes. The only reason I don't understand is Miami. I thought Miami would be one of them.
Already by now, and it doesn't appear anybody wants it.
That's the one I'm not grasping. But I truly believe Notre Dame is either going to get a gigantic contract to stay independent.
I heard they heard to triple it.
Or go to Big Ten. I don't think there's any choice. For them either
NBC
way.
offered to triple.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what? They don't make you're not going to believe this. They don't make a whole bunch of money from NBC.
Oh, really?
Not nearly what the Big Ten and SEC make.
So if they want money, then they're going to go to the Big Ten then. Okay. Yeah, it's going to happen. All right.
Miami, I have a feeling they're going to make a mark on the field this year. The guy paying all the linemen and all the guy that owns that MMA gym.
Right.
I think you're going to see Miami, not the old days when
they'll never
but
be
I
that.
think they're going to be much
They'll
better.
never be that again.
Now, the
There's
rest
not
of
a
the
chance.
pack in the Big 12, you think that's
going to be the
merger.
conference. That's what I think.
Because
the
that's
conference is gonna
geographic, too, right now.
That's the conference.
Now, the local question. There are 2 teams local. We know Ohio State's the king.
Right.
Pitt and West Virginia. Could they both be on the outside looking in?
Yeah, I see that happening. I've been saying all along.
You did
And
say
those
it
are those are 2 of the teams that I don't know who wants them, and they happen to be our local teams. And Ohio State reigns
$100 million budget.
supreme.
Yeah, they're.
But I'm saying these 2 teams are pretty local.
No.
And they're getting left out.
Now, geography is no longer
Out.
Don't say a word. Don't tell
No.
me. Now, here's my question, because I always talk about the non-revenue minor sports.
Right.
What will UCLA get on a plane, fly to Rutgers, and stay 4 days, play Rutgers, then fly down and play Maryland?
Well, they have to have a plan in place, and I've been saying, well, I'll stick with my plan. My plan is that minor sports will not be playing each other. They'll play geography. And I've been saying this all along. I'll stay with that until it happens. The big sports will play each other.
Okay.
The minor sports are not going to go travel from Southern Cal to Rutgers and play a softball.
Here's
game.
another question that you and I have kicked around. What have they done to the Rose Bowl?
It's out. It's just a bowl.
No, even if they have one,
It's the
it's
ball.
not the granddaddy.
Not at all. No.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew that's what you were going to say. My problem with this is, and I know we've talked about it in the radio, Utah and Oregon have been the best two teams last 4 or 5 years.
But not the money test. That's once again, it comes back to where we started this talk.
Mm-hmm.
If they were the money, they'd have been the first two into the conference.
I still think, remember my thought, Phil Knight is going to move heaven and earth to get Oregon a soft spot because of that Nike
He's going to
money.
try.
Okay,
He's going to try.
We'll
but,
see.
but he's already fell short. You know, because Southern Cal and Utah, UCLA beat him. Los Angeles beat him. It still reigns over Nike.
Well, look at the eyeballs.
That's what I'm saying. LA went over Nike.
No, see, this is the eyeball thing. For some of you people, I know it's hard to believe. It's less important. Like, I know West Virginia's stadium's full, but it's West Virginia.
Yeah,
now you got a chance. Rutgers, they might only have 30,000 fans, but there are 4 million eyeballs in the metropolitan.
And that's what they're studying.
It's eyeball.
Yep.
All right, let's talk NFL, then we'll do our miscellaneous. It's a quiet time now. I imagine the coaches are with their families. They're at the retreat somewhere. They all make 7 figures, so they all have summer homes. And that dang Saban has like a speedboat. He likes to get those guys like Eli Manning on the back and knock them down when he's pulling them. But the bottom line is these guys probably another week or two. Now, the NFL kicks it up in 2 weeks. The college about 3.5. From that point on, they don't see their families.
No, and two head college coaches I know really well. This last 2 weeks in July, they'll pick one of them for sure.
Family time.
Yeah, it's a 7-day. Wherever the missus wants to go,
that's happy wife, happy life.
They get their choice.
No, I agree with you, Albert.
Their family goes. It's a regular thing every year because that's their down moment.
Because that's it.
Yeah.
And you know too, I read this thing once. One of these college coaches said, they said, "Oh, your husband, you go out on Saturday night, you know." She said, "He's on the phone the whole time." She said, "He's texting
whole time."
recruits."
Yeah, if you're not, you're going to get
now,
fired.
The local teams. Let's talk about them. Browns and Steelers. They play week 2, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
Interestingly, we're going to talk about the Browns here, of course. We don't know about the punishment for Watson yet. We just know something's coming. Big news over the weekend. He may have gotten a little bit of a break.
You told me that.
Yeah. A kid whose mom was one of the masseuses said she did nothing but rave about how nice he was and how good.
I know.
So something's going on
Right.
there. Now, the second thing, the Steelers. You know, we know there's going to be a quarterback battle. We know there's a guy they brought in to QB, Trubisky. Not sure they knew that Pickett would be there. In my mind, there's no contest, but there's going to be one.
No, I don't think so.
You think Trubisky?
Trubisky's
I agree.
Yeah.
I
don't think. Now, somewhere in the way, the fans are going to be booing him.
Oh, absolutely.
And so now they have to be tough decisions. But Trubisky's going to be their starter.
You know the old thing, Al and I know from experience, if you listen to the fans, you'll be sitting with them. You're going to pick the best one. The move for Mayfield to Carolina is twofold. One, obviously, addition by subtraction. He had worn out his welcome. And not saying he didn't play hurt, blah, blah, blah. But the other is, they'll be paying him $500,000 to beat him.
Yeah, the first game.
Crazy.
Very first game. Think about Cleveland's paying the quarterback of the other team to not not beat them. Something like $500,000.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's easy money, but I'm glad for Mayfield that he got his feet under him and got a chance to play. Because I thought he gave it all in Cleveland. Now he has some prima donna in him.
Good point,
but
Albert.
He always gave it all. He was hurt. He was definitely hurt.
Good point, Albert. I'm going to tell you what. You said something there. Playing with a torn labrum, playing with a the throwing. You don't have to be a genius, If you've got an injury in through here, it's going to affect you tremendously. And let's say this about the kid. Can he be a little obnoxious? Can he be a little pompous? Yeah. But I think when he's on the field,
he gives it all.
You said it best.
See, that was bad for him because he always he could not tone down when he tried. So he was trying to do things when he was healthy.
Yeah.
When he's hurt, trying to do things when he was healthy.
Yeah.
You can't go to your left.
No.
You throw back to right when you can't with your arm. He would try it.
Yeah.
The ball be intercepted.
Yeah.
They'd boo him.
Yeah.
Get out of here. And that's what happened.
My one concern for the new Pitt quarterback that was at Southern Cal, he's got such a rocket that he trusts it too much.
Yeah, they're trying to calm him down on that
Absolutely.
same thing. Yeah.
I got to look at these different networks and such. I have to believe streaming is a big part of the NFL's
It's everything, not big part. It's everything.
It's going to be incredible.
Now, for us, it's hard because we don't do much of it.
I can't find it hardly.
Yes.
Hey, how about this? I have one for you. Bad enough it's the king, right? He has taken over Christmas Day now. It used to be NBA noon, 2:35, and 7:30. You got the best 8 teams in the NBA.
Right.
Not this year.
Yeah, and I'm going to predict that the NFL will outdraw.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
All right, now our miscellaneous section. Brittany Griner still in jail in Russia. Now remember, people, I know you understand this. No First 10 Amendments, Bill of Rights, etc. No innocent till proven guilty. She's in Russia, and she had drugs, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah, you turn it around. Guilty.
That's what it is.
Till proven innocent.
No, Al's on to something.
Guilty till proven innocent. And that's why in America you should be so blessed as you're watching this TV
she's
show.
the one that wouldn't come out for the national anthem. Come
And
on.
that's the thing that bothers me. I want to get back here.
Yeah, of course.
But now she's pleading.
Oh, it's okay now.
That really bothers me. Like I have people that hate welfare till
they are on.
They're on, and they say, "Oh, this is really nice."
The WNBA ladies wore their name on their jersey. We know. Hey, Shoffley got me yesterday. He got me. Oh my goodness. You know, he's hot. He's won 2 tournaments already. He was up from about 14 on. I'm thinking, can he hit a bogey? Can he make one bogey?
Right.
And he waits to 18 just playing safe.
Yeah.
He ends up winning by a stroke. Scottish Open. Is it a harbinger of the British Open?
No.
Because big boys weren't there.
The big boys were there.
Okay.
But you never know what the weather's going to be like.
Okay. No, I heard this week. Sunny, no rain.
Well, then the big boys will dominate.
Okay, that's what
you don't want that. You want bad weather.
Yes,
and try to find somebody down the road at 100 to 1.
By the way, I still call it the British Open. I know.
So do I.
You know what?
It's still open to them, but it's the British Open.
Djokovic wins. How about it? He followed form. He lost the first set.
He does it.
We talked about it on the radio.
Yes.
He
wears you down.
He wears you down.
He does.
Now let's say this: Kyrgios, obviously young, could even be. He has an attitude. He just needs. Don't get me wrong. That competitive fire is great, but you have to tone that down a little.
I don't deal with that well at all.
No, you know.
No. They're calling him an NBA tennis player, and I said, listen, the NBA's wrong, and he's wrong. You're supposed to play the game. Compete and not act like an idiot.
Compete all out.
Yeah, don't act like an idiot.
Hey, the other thing too, he's not going to be able to play in the U.S. Open already because he's not vaccinated. Any thoughts? Should he get vaccinated? Should they make an exemption?
No exemption for anybody from my book. He is no better than my uncle. Better than
your niece.
He just happens to play tennis.
Yeah.
He should get vaccinated.
We got less than a minute. Just real quick to remind our fans, baseball. Is there any more Is there any more important thing to know than it's a game of streaks?
It's always going to be like that.
Keep the losses to 2 or 3.
Yeah, try to win every series.
Make the wins to be 5 or 6. Like you say, win 2 out of every 3. You're going to be 108 and 54, and you're going to be in first place.
Well, the reason that's why you need a stopper. You need. That's why they say starting pitcher is not important.
No.
In the realm of things, it isn't. No. But today, you better have one guy that go out there 6 innings and say, "We're going to take this losing streak under control."
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.